I don't know why you came out of the breakout room in the dark, but you're going to have to adjust your lighting, Mr. Crow. You're going to have to adjust your lighting. All right. You good, Mr. Reagan?
I'm good, Your Honor. I was just adjusting something real quick with a light switch.
Okay. All right. So then we're ready on, it looks like Hill, Harvey. Oh, Hill, Harvey, Burnett, and Crow have come up. Let me see. Uh-oh. Hold on. What did I say? Hill, Burnett, Harvey, Crow. All right, then let's go on Harvey. All right, this is case number 234458902. The people of the state of Michigan versus Charity Monet Harvey. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christina Ritter on behalf of the people, P number 83505.
Judge, and good morning. May it please this most honorable court, Philip Reagan, P 57156, on behalf of Charity Harvey, who's appearing via Zoom for purposes of pretrial conference, Your Honor.
Ms. Harvey, unmute and state your name.
Charity Monet Harvey.
Thank you, Ms. Harvey. Today is the day set for a pretrial conference. Mr. Reagan, how are we proceeding?
Judge, it's my understanding that the complaining witness has failed to appear. We would respectfully move for a dismissal without prejudice, Your Honor, and a return of all biometric data that has it is out here, Judge. We would ask the court for a return of all that information as well.
Ms. Ritter.
Your Honor, so this court did arraign this matter and set today's pretrial conference requiring the complainant witness, Mr. Mauricia Miller, to be present. I have not seen Ms. Miller today in the waiting room, and I don't have an explanation as to why she's not here. I don't believe that today's. I'm sorry, Judge, I'm getting feedback.
I am too, but I think it's from Mr. Reagan's device, and I think he's frozen.
Frozen.
Yeah. So hold on, I know he was having a little trouble earlier.
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Reagan, you good? I think you have frozen. He's still frozen. He's frozen. All right, notwithstanding, he's defense, well, let Ms. Stevenson know. Hold on.
Oh, he's logged in on another device in the waiting room. Judge.
Okay. Mr. Reagan,
Yeah, I'm sorry, Judge.
that's
Had to
okay.
get advice. So I would move for dismissal, yeah, Judge, without prejudice. I apologize.
That's okay. Right, we heard that. So Ms. Ritter, repeat.
Okay, Judge, this court arraigned this matter and set the pretrial conference requiring the complaining witness to be present. I do not see the complaining witness, Ms. Mauricia Miller, in the waiting room, and I don't believe we have any unidentified devices this morning. I don't have an explanation as to why Ms. Miller is not present, and at this time, Your Honor, the people will not be able to proceed based on the complaining witness's failure to appear today.
All right, today is the date set for pretrial conference. The complaining witness was required to appear. They have failed to appear. The people have no explanation for the failure. They are unable to proceed. The court is going to grant defense counsel's motion. The matter is dismissed without prejudice. Ms. Harvey, we will mail you a copy of the order of dismissal for your records, okay? Have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Burnett, start your video for me. All right, this is case number 234470001, the people of the state of Michigan versus Antonia Burnett. The defendant is charged, Defendant is charged with 1 count of child abuse, 4th degree. Today is the date set for a pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Judge, and may it please the court, Philip Reagan on behalf of Ms. Burnett, who's appearing via Zoom, purposes of pretrial conference.
Ma'am, unmute and state your name.
Antonia Burnett.
Ms. Burnett, what's your middle name?
Yolanda.
Thank you. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. Mr. Reagan, how are we proceeding?
Judge, we are asking respectfully the court set this matter for a final pretrial. Ms. Burnett, Your Honor, child has an 8-year-old child, Judge, who is now in, I believe, the custody of the grandfather. Now, there is an open case with CPS right now, Judge, but the court did order supervised visitations if this honorable court would allow her to do so. I believe there's a no contact order in place right now with the child, but we would respectfully ask the court to allow contact only based on the circuit court's order. And we would respectfully ask for a final pretrial date in this matter.
Court will continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Burnett, and I will set a final pretrial conference for October 19, 2023. Discovery should be submitted to the defense no later than September the 19th. And then bond will continue. I will change the bond condition unless there is some objection from the people that I sustain. to no assaultive contact. Ms. Ritter?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, so the allegations are that the complaining witness, who was a 8-year-old minor in this case, actually called the police and reported that she was assaulted by her mother, Ms. Burnett. The police came to the location and the complaining witness was observed having a black eye, Your Honor. So at this time, I'm going to ask the court to not amend the no contact order.
Yes. Can I respond briefly?
You may.
Judge, so, I understand what the allegations are, and obviously, we have a process that we deal with trial. There are other individuals through CPS and through the circuit court that if the court does allow Ms. Burnett to see her child, would be present at all times. This wouldn't be a situation where Ms. Burnett would be able to have contact without anyone there. But I do think it's important at this time, because we're still going through the process, and you are innocent to proven guilty, and all the facts still have to come out, to allow some supervised visitation, Your Honor. If the circuit court is able to do so, I would respectfully ask that we do it as well.
Okay, so what I will do is I will amend the order over the people's objection, but it will remain with the circuit court. It will be in line with the circuit court's order for supervised visits only. So I will amend the no contact provision to having no assaultive contact, but supervised through the Department of Human Services only. Now, if the circuit court later amends its order to unsupervised visits, that has to, for this case, that has to come back to me. So even if the circuit court amends, then my order is still for supervised visits until it comes back before the court and I give the people an opportunity to respond.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. So no assaultive contact with supervised visits only. Okay. All right. Anything further?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, thank you, Judge.
Ms. Burnett, you're all set until October the 19th at, I don't know if I gave the time, but that'll be at 9 o'clock.
9, okay.
Yes, ma'am, on Zoom. Have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank
Make sure
you.
you're following all the circuit court orders as well, okay?
Yes.
All right. You're all set.
Thank you.
All right, I'm ready on, let's do Washington, since the witnesses are here. And then I'll go back to Crow and Hill. All right, this is case number 214550801. The people of the state of Michigan versus Chantel. The middle name is cut off on the docket. It starts with LAN, last name Washington. The defendant is charged with 2 counts of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for pretrial conference appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people, and I have both complaining witnesses present via Zoom this morning. I'll start with Ms. Gina Gardner. Can you unmute and state your name, please?
Gina Gardner.
Thank you. Ms. Dina Gardner, unmute and state your name, please.
Dina Gardner.
Mr. Reagan.
Judge, I'm sorry, Ms. Philip Reagan on behalf of Ms. Chantel Washington, who's appearing via Zoom for purposes of pretrial conference.
Ms. Washington, state your full name for the court.
Chantel Lynise Washington.
Thank you. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. How are we proceeding, Mr. Reagan?
Judge, we're asking that the not guilty plea be continued and this matter be scheduled for, I believe, a final pretrial, Judge, and a trial date.
Court will continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Washington. I will set the matter for final pretrial conference. The court will set a final pretrial conference for October the 19th, 2023 at 9:00 a.m. Discovery will be submitted by September the 19th. Bond will continue with no contact with the complaining witnesses. No contact with the complaining witnesses. The Ms. Gardner and Ms. Gardner, you both have appeared today. Therefore, your appearance is not required on October 19th. However, as the complaining witnesses, you may appear at all scheduled court appearances. As the complaining witnesses, you may appear at all scheduled court appearances, but you are not required to do so at the next court appearance. If you do not appear on October 19th, then you should contact the victim's advocate or the prosecutor to find out when the next court date is and whether your appearance is required. Anything further with respect to Ms. Washington?
Judge, actually, the people already sent discovery on this case. It looks like this case has been going on since March of 2022. There's just a bit of a capious history from Ms. Washington.
How is it a capious history when she was arraigned again or something? And okay, never mind, don't worry. Okay, so you already sent discovery.
That's correct, Judge.
Then the court is going to amend those dates. Let's change the final pretrial conference. So the final pretrial conference will be September September the 7th. And I will note that discovery has already been submitted. All right, so we will return on September 7th at 9:00 a.m. Well,
Thank you.
okay, yeah. Miss Stillman, can you pull up the register for Miss Washington?
Yes.
Miss Ritter said she had a bit of a capious history. It's not on the docket for a bench warrant, which could just mean she got arrested on the warrant, but can you tell me how many times she's capious before?
Okay, let's see. One, that was January 27th.
Of this year?
Yes. This
That
year.
was the first capious?
Yes. Because the
Okay.
first one was a non-service warrant, like you said before, and then she was supposed to be back to court in January. She didn't show. So that's the only case.
Okay, all right. Well, then the court is gonna leave the time at 9:00. All right, then we're all set. Ladies, have a great day, stay safe, and remember there's no contact between the Miss Washington and then the two complaining witnesses. And that no contact order goes both ways. Miss Washington can't contact you all in any way, and you all can't contact her in any way. All right, and we're all set. Have a great day, stay safe.
Okay.
You too, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. By the time I try to remove the people now, Zoom got you clicking too many buttons now. Okay, all right. Let me bring in this device, and then do we have oh yes, and then we also have people's. Can the jail unmute and tell me who I have?
Matthew Jeremiah Peoples.
You're not in jail, Mr. Peoples. I said, can the jail tell me who I have? Can the jail tell me who I have? Ooh, good morning, Wayne County Jail. Can the jail tell me who I have? Blessed assurance. Hello to the unmuted Wayne County Jail. Can you tell me who I have at the jail? Okay, well, I'm gonna let y'all figure that out then, because the jail don't want to talk back. All right. All right. There we go. Oh, and then they can't even go to the breakout room because it's one of them silly, ooh, okay. Hello, Wayne County Jail. Okay. Thank you. They went to the breakout room. All right. Now you can unmute and tell me your name, Mr. Peoples.
Matthew Jeremiah Peoples.
All right, Mr. Peoples. Mr. Peoples, why are you late for court?
I'm sorry, I had woke up late.
Oh, Mr. Peoples, that's unacceptable. But we're going to go ahead and send you to a breakout room. You need to wake up on time. What if I had woke up late and came to court late?
You're right.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Except to join the breakout room, Mr. Peoples, and then wait in that breakout room until a lawyer comes in to speak with you, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, now I'm ready on Crow and Hill. Uh-oh, Crow's device. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm ready on Crow. This is case number 22450560, the people of the state of Michigan versus Jeremy Darrell Crow. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for a pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, may it please the court, Philip Reagan on behalf of Mr. Crow is appearing via Zoom for purposes of pretrial.
And Mr. Crow, state your name.
Jeremy Crow Jr.
And what's your middle name, Mr. Crow?
Darrell, Jeremy Darrell Crow Jr.
Thank you. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. Mr. Reagan?
Your Honor, if my understanding, complaining witnesses failed to appear, I would respectfully request a dismissal at this time without prejudice.
Ms. Ritter?
Your Honor, I don't see the complaining witness, Ms. Candace Robinson, in the waiting room or in the breakout rooms. However, it's the first scheduling of the pretrial conference. I'm going to respectfully request the court adjourn the pretrial conference to give the complaining witness one more opportunity to appear.
The court is going to deny defense counsel's motion for dismissal. I will grant the people's request for an adjournment, giving them an opportunity to notify the complaining witness of the obligation that they appear before the court. I'm going to adjourn the pretrial conference to August the 16th. At 8:36. The complaining witness is required to appear. Failure of the complaining witness to appear will most likely result in the matter being dismissed unless the people have a valid explanation as to why the complaining witness could not appear or should not be required to appear. Bond will continue with no contact with the complaining witness. Anything further?
No, thank you, Judge.
Not on behalf of defense, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Crow, you're all set. Have a great day. Stay safe, and we'll see you on August the 16th. ready on Hill. And then Mr. Reagan, are you ready on Marcus Johnson that's in person or no?
Let me see, Marcus Johnson, Your Honor. Johnson.
I can
No.
skip.
Yeah, not yet, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Right.
Right. This is case number 174467001. The people of the state of Michigan versus Brianna Cherie Hill. Defendant is charged with 1 count, strike that, 2 counts of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
And may it please this honorable court, Philip Reagan on behalf of Ms. Brianna Hills, appearing via Zoom for purposes of pretrial, Your Honor.
Ms. Hill, unmute and state your name.
Brianna Cherie Hill.
Thank you. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. Mr. Reagan.
Your Honor, it's my understanding complainant is not present. Based on that, Judge, I am respectfully asking the court to dismiss the matter without prejudice.
Ms. Ritter.
Judge, this case is from 2017 and is on the docket for a first-time pretrial. I respectfully ask the court to adjourn the pretrial conference to give the people some time to locate the complainant witnesses and notify them of their court appearance.
The court is going to deny defense counsel's motion to dismiss. I will grant the people's request for an adjournment, giving them an opportunity to locate the complaining witnesses and notify them of their obligation to appear before this court. I am going to adjourn the pretrial conference to September 28th at 8:36. The complaining witnesses are required to appear. Failure of the witnesses to appear will most likely result in the matters being dismissed unless the people have a valid explanation as to why the complainant could not appear or should not be required to appear. Bond will continue with no contact with the complaining witness. Anything further, complaining witnesses, either one. Anything further?
No, thank you, Judge.
Nothing on behalf of defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Hill, you're all set until September 28th at 8:36. Have a great day and stay safe.
You too, thank you.
You're welcome. I just realized that for Ms. Washington, Chantel Washington, that I did not read into the record the reckless driving count. Is it your understanding, Ms. Ritter, that she does have a reckless driving count?
That's correct, Judge. I didn't catch that the court didn't read that, but she does have the reckless driving count.
Yeah, I didn't cross it off and I didn't read it. So, Mr. Reagan, can you just maybe put that in the notes?
Absolutely.
That, I mean, I'm sure they read it at arraignment, but I didn't read it here. So,
Judge wants to contact her, get her back, or do you want us to just I'm sure, as the court has stated, she was advised of her at the arraignment. Whatever the court wishes us to do, we can do.
Maybe we should call her back just so I can make sure she knows that, because I don't want her to say, well, last time I was in court, y'all didn't mention the reckless driving. So maybe if we can get her back, if not, if you all could just advise her, but I would prefer if she came back so I could at least let her know that is still there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, and then let's see. We are ready on first sale. I don't know, the docket moving kind of fast with Mr. Reagan sitting in there.
That's right, Judge, that's right.
We're going a little faster.
Move.
Yeah, but we have a whole afternoon. Miss Ritter, how y'all? Oh, I know why the morning is lighter. Because we were supposed to be in that jury trial, Miss Ritter. And where's my witness detainer? You didn't send it?
Then, Judge, I'll send it today.
Oh.
I almost forgot, Judge. I'll send it.
He need to be detained. Ms. Purcell, please start your camera. This is case number 20-446-7501, the people of the state of Michigan versus Brandy Levon Purcell. Defendant is charged with 1 count of communication services illegal use. Today is the date set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Judge, and may it please the court, Philip Reagan on behalf of Ms. Purcell, who's appearing via Zoom. We would waive the formal reading as to the arraignment, Judge, and ask the court to enter a not guilty plea once again, set this matter for a pretrial date, Your Honor.
Ms. Purcell, state your name.
Brandy Purcell.
What's your middle name?
Brandy Levon Purcell.
Thank you. Today is the date set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. And court as to the arraignment on the bench warrant will issue or enter a not guilty plea. And it looks like Ms. Purcell just keep on not coming to court, number one. Let me just make an observation that I'm looking through the register of action. I'm on KBS number 4. I'm on KBS number 4. All right. Trying to figure out what she KBS'd from. She's KBS'd from 4 times. 4 times. All right. All right, so it looks like we've been trying to have a pretrial conference with Ms. Purcell since 2020. So she KPS from pretrial conference and arraignments on the bench warrant 4 to 5 times.
Yeah, Judge, I think we're gonna, if we could have this last opportunity, we're gonna get this matter resolved. That's kind of a lot of cases.
It kind of is, and she kind of going on a tether. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And I almost feel like I said this the last time she came. So I'm not even sure why her bond wasn't 5,000 cash surety plus a GPS tether. I'm not sure. Because this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Okay, the court is going to enter another not guilty plea. I'm going to set the matter for another pretrial conference for the 5th or 6th time. Another pretrial conference. Another pretrial conference. The court is going to set that pretrial conference September the 28th at 8:34. Court is going to set the pretrial conference September the 28th. Oops. 834, 834, 834. That means if Ms. Purcell fails to appear, then the bond is going to be $5,000 cash surety plus a house arrest GPS tether. I don't know why it wasn't in the system for this time. But on September the 28th, if Ms. Purcell fails to appear, the bond is going to be $5,000 cash surety plus a GPS tether. We've been trying to have a pretrial conference with Ms. Purcell since 2020. This is one of the reasons why Michigan can't get the people to agree to a no bail system, no cash bail system. This is one of the reasons why we can't get the people to agree to a no cash bail system, because then we're gonna wait 3 and 4 years for people to get their day in court. All right, anything further?
No, thank you, Judge.
Nothing from the defense. Thank you, Your Honor, very much.
All right, then we're all set until September 28th at 8:34. Failure to appear will result in the revocation of your current bond and the bond being set at $5,000 cash surety plus a GPS house arrest tether. You're all set. Have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Oh, that's Terry Alexander, because the jail just wouldn't speak up for me. Terry Alexander. Is that a tether violation? I don't see any tether violations in my emails.
Your Honor, I forwarded it to you.
When? I don't see.
Okay.
What time did you forward it to me? Only thing I have from you is a jailer list and
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have a jailer list and a thing. Is the tether violation?
Right. The jail list is, it has the 2 defendants at the bottom. It has the tether violation, and then on the links, that's the orders.
So Ms. Silverman, I'm never gonna open up a jailer list. I'm never gonna open it up. So if you sending me a tether violation, you have to send that separate label tether violation, because I'm never gonna open up a jailer list. Y'all send me a jailer list with all the jailers for the whole building. I'm never gonna open that up.
Okay.
All right. Miss Stevenson and Miss Ritter, did you all get the tether list, the tether violation?
No,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Nobody gets it. All tether violations go to me and both attorneys. Tether violations, me and both attorneys.
Send it in now.
Thank you. I can't get this to go where I want it. Do you all have the tether violation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge.
Ms. Stevenson, you need to go back in and talk to Ms. Alexander.
I think my partner is gonna.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me see what it says. Oh, okay, that's gonna be, looks like they violated him because looks like they violated him on the tether because he was taken into custody from court on a felony case.
Mhm.
So that's the violation. So that's not going to be a violation. Yeah, he wasn't in violation really. I'm reading it as they violated him because basically, they took the tether off of him when he got to jail.
So we're ready on that then, Judge. I'll just bring him out.
Okay. Ms. Ritter, is that how you're reading it? That's how I'm reading it. Do you all see it?
That's consistent with what he said to me in the interview.
Okay. All right. So then this is case number 2. No, that's not. Hold on. Oh, case number 23-449-0001. The People versus Terry Alexander. Defendant is charged with 1 count of breaking and entering illegal entry without owner's permission. Today is the date set for, strike that, Mr. Alexander is brought before the court by the jail on a tether violation that was submitted by Sergeant Spencer. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Terry Alexander. Mr. Alexander, sir, please tell the judge your full name.
How you doing, Your Honor? Terry Alexander.
All right. I'm well, Mr. Alexander. Thank you. So as we said off the record, it appears from the tether violation submitted to the court that Mr. Alexander, that the violation report was submitted because Mr. Alexander appeared in the 3rd Circuit Court on a violation of probation warrant, and he was taken into custody while he had on the tether. And that appears to be the only violation, because of course you don't need on the tether if you're in jail. So the court would be inclined to dismiss the violation and continue the bond. Ms. Ritter, do you read it the same way?
I do, Judge. I agree with the court.
Now, Ms. Stevenson, I do have a question. What's the status of felony hold that took him into the Wayne County Jail?
That's actually a probation matter, Your Honor, and I understand the probation violation has been dismissed as well. So we would actually be asking that the tether in this matter be removed. Mr. Alexander, I believe, presents absolutely no risk of flight. I think he, rather than going to court, I think he turned himself in at the jail to take care of the probation violation matter, Your Honor. So he knows where he's supposed to be, and he gets there when he's supposed to be there.
Oh, the tether violation notice says he went to court for violation of probation.
Yeah, he went to court after he turned himself in at the jail.
Oh. Well,
Is that right, Mr. Alexander? Is that
not what it says? Because it says the subject was taken into custody from court. From court, it says.
Yeah, no, it was from court. I had to go to court for the probation violation. Then my judge wanted me to pay $100. I didn't have the money on me right then and there, so I had to come in jail and go through the process.
Right. Okay,
So thank you for correcting. I appreciate that. I apologize, Your Honor. So, again, no risk of flight because he goes to court when he's supposed to.
yeah, I agree with that. Ms. Ritter, I would be inclined to remove the tether. Any objection from the people?
Judge, if the court is inclined to remove the tether, I'm just asking that the no contact order stay in place for the complaining witness in this matter in front of this court.
All right. Mr. Alexander, the court is going to again dismiss the tether violation and also remove the tether. You will still have no contact with the complaining witness. Who is the complaining witness?
I don't know.
Hold on, Mr. Alexander.
I'm talking to
Thank you.
the prosecutor.
I'm sorry.
The complaining witness is Janice Greer.
Oh, okay. All right. You will have to have no contact with Janice Greer or the location of the alleged offense, which I'm not going to put on the record, but it will be in your paperwork to the jail. I'm not going to put Ms. Greer's address on the record because we're live streaming, but it will be in the jail. I just realized, are the red lights on in the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I don't see them. Okay. All right, so Mr. Alexander, they should release you today, okay?
Yes, ma'am. And I want to thank you. Thank you so much for giving me a chance. Nobody gave me a chance. I just want to thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Alexander. Everybody deserves a chance.
I've been treated so unfairly for some things I haven't done. I really want to thank you so much.
All right, well, you're so very welcome, and they will let you out today, so you have a great day and stay safe, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you so much.
Okay, thank you. All right. Let's get Ms. Washington back. And then I'm ready on Sears. I sent you something on Sears, didn't I?
I don't know if I saw it this morning. I'll check again.
You should, because I printed
Okay.
it out. I have it right here.
Okay.
I could not be being honest. Hold on. I printed out the old one, is what I did.
Okay. I do have that one.
Well, I think that's all I have because, but let me just check while we're doing Ms. Washington. Hi, Ms. Washington. Thank you for coming back. This is case number, recalling case number. What I do on my docket that quick? Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay, this is recalling case number 214550801. Appearances again, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Judge, and may it please the court, Philip Reagan on behalf of Ms. Chantel Washington.
All right, Ms. Washington, state your name again.
Chantel Washington.
Okay, Ms. Washington, I called you back for one reason. When I read your charges earlier, when I first called the case, I only said 2 counts of assault and battery, but you also do have 1 count of reckless driving. So I didn't want you to be surprised down the line about the reckless driving. So the court is indicating that Ms. Chantel Lynise Washington is charged with 2 counts of assault and battery and 1 count of reckless driving. And then Ms. Ritter, with respect to the discovery, you sent discovery for the assault and battery and the reckless driving?
Correct, Judge.
All right, so then we're all set, Ms. Washington, and your court date is still September the 7th, but I just want you to know you have 3 counts and not just the 2, okay?
Okay,
All right, you're all set. Have a great day. Stay safe.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right, let me see, Sears. Okay, yes, I do have a new one from this morning. Oh, wait, no, I said already forwarded to. Oh, no, I didn't. Hold on. Okay, let me pull it up on this computer. I'll forward it to you. I don't know what it's. Ms. McCall working that early? Oh, he was on a non-reporting. Okay. All right. Okay, we have somebody else from the jail. And then you're not ready on Peoples, Ms. Stevenson?
Not yet, Your Honor.
All right, are you ready on Johnson?
Johnson.
Is in person. Nobody told you?
They may have, but I just didn't look at it. Marcus, ready on Marcus Johnson, Your Honor.
Okay. Who is this in the jail, please?
Mr. Butler.
That's who?
Okay. Is that Aaron Butler?
I don't know. Is Aaron Butler?
So,
Is Aaron Butler on the docket? No.
no,
Oh, that's a tether violation too?
I don't know if he's, I know he capious. I don't know if he's on a tether though.
Well, yeah, it's a tether violation.
Yes, ma'am, Aaron Butler.
I mean, why you being aggressive with your name?
I'm not being aggressive.
Oh, okay. Ms. Stevenson, did you get the paperwork on Butler?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Can we forward Butler to Ms. Ritter and Ms. Stevenson? I'll put
It's in the
Butler.
same, it's in the same link as Alexander.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'll put the jail in the breakout room.
Do you see it, Mr. Reagan?
I didn't open it. Okay. Oh, that's how I do that. Okay. Oh, he was on the tether when he failed to appear for court. That's why they picked him up. All right, I'm ready on Sears. Oh, you said you're ready on Johnson. I'm ready on Johnson. Marcus Johnson. Who should be sitting on that front row, but.
He's coming, Judge.
Okay, all the people supposed to be sitting on the front row. Okay, I'm ready on Johnson. This is case number 234470901, the people of the state of Michigan versus Marcus Johnson. The defendant is charged with 1 count of brandishing a weapon. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Marcus Johnson. Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Sir, please tell the judge your full name.
Marcus, M-A-R-K-U-S, Correll Johnson.
No, I apologize. Sir, state your full name.
Marcus, M-A-R-K-U-S.
No. We didn't ask you to spell your name. I'm saying state your name. State your name. Say your name.
Marcus Correll Johnson.
Thank you so much. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Johnson, we would move for dismissal for the complainant's failure to appear.
The motion is denied. There's no complaining witness.
Continue the plea of not guilty. Ask that the matter be set for final pretrial conference, and we would request discovery.
The court is going to continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Johnson. I will set the matter for a final pretrial conference. The court will set a final pretrial conference for October the 19th, 2023 at 9:00 a.m. Discovery should be submitted to defense by September the 19th. Bond will continue with no possession of any weapon. Anything further?
Thank you, Judge.
Nothing. Just 1 second, Judge. Nothing on behalf of Mr. Johnson. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Johnson, you're all set until October 19th. As you can see, the matter is on Zoom. However, if you are unable to Zoom in, you may come in person as you did today. If you are able to Zoom in, then you may Zoom in to the court on October the 19th. Have a great day and stay safe.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Uh-oh, cancel, that's not. Let me do this. All right, this is case number. Mm-hmm. 224478301, the people of the state of Michigan versus Lamont Anthony Sears. The defendant is charged with 1 count of malicious destruction of property. Today is the date set for review. Appearances, please.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Lamont Sears. Mr. Sears, sir, please tell the judge your full name.
Lamont Anthony Sears.
All right, today is the date set for a review. Mr. Sears was placed by this court on a non-reporting delayed sentence. I don't know what day I did that. Let me see. I did that on October 10, 2022. And then Mr. Sears capious at his review. His probation was reinstated April 4th of this year. And he has completed the anger management, paid the fines, costs, and fees, including restitution. He has a pending trial before Judge Archer for a traffic matter. Ms. Stevenson?
I'm going to move that the matter now be dismissed, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Sears is dark. I didn't pay attention to him, but all right. The court is going to grant defense counsel's request. Mr. Sears has completed all the terms and conditions of his probation. And it was only for a 6-month delayed sentence, I think. The court is going to dismiss the matter with prejudice. I will honor the delayed sentence, removing the conviction from your record, setting the guilty plea aside, and closing the case out. Mr. Sears, you're all set, sir. Have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right. Then we're in recess until you get ready on Peoples and until the jailer comes back out.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, we're ready on Mr. Baker. Ms. Ritter, Mr. Reagan.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, you said Mr. Baker?
I mean Butler. I didn't mean it. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I'm ready on Mr. Butler, Judge.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Right here, boss.
Sir, we can see you. We can see you. Can you be quiet for me, please? This is case number 2150-4201. the people of the state of Michigan versus Aaron Butler. The defendant is charged with 1 count of stalking. Today is the date Mr. Butler has been brought before the court on a tether violation. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, Philip Reagan on behalf of Mr. Aaron Butler, who's appearing via Zoom from the Wayne County Jail.
Mr. Butler, state your name.
Aaron Wesley Butler.
Today is the date set for, or strike that. Today, Mr. Butler has been brought before the court on a tether violation. And it appears from the report that Mr. Butler missed his court date, and therefore he was violated on his tether after perhaps the warrant went out. I don't know if the warrant actually went out because I don't see it in the report, but oh yeah, so he had the failure to appear warrant. So we put him on a tether and then he didn't come to court. Mr. Reagan?
Yeah, so I'm going to be very forthright with the court. You know, I talked to Mr. Butler, Judge, and you know, one thing, Judge, we do every day, we wake up in the morning, God willing, and we get 2 things. We get a chance and we get a choice. Now, Mr. Butler, Judge, has been choosing to try to do the right things. He's been going out, he's been interviewing, he's been borrowing money from people. He goes to interviews, he doesn't get the jobs. They call him back, want a second interview, doesn't get the jobs. He needs a chance, Judge. And one of the things that we talked about was the fact that he needs to keep going, because he's been living in a situation, Judge, where the power, where he's been staying, they haven't paid the electricity. So he's been going down the street, charging his tether every day. He's been doing that for maybe the last 2 months. So he's not trying to give up, Judge. But on that particular day, Ms. Court, unfortunately, he was just mentally going through some different things. But I explained to him, you know, he's 25, he's a young man, and I understand it's hard out here. I do, I really do. But, you know, he's doing the right things. He has to keep going. He can't give up, you know, and I think that's important. I think he's frustrated. I think he's, you know, he just wants an opportunity. And he says, you know, if I can just get one opportunity, I can do it. And I understand, you know, he needs to, you know, I want to encourage him to do that, but I understand, you know, life is real too. You gotta, you know, abide by, you know, the laws that we have, and you got to do certain things the right way. I don't think Mr. Butler is intentionally trying to miss court. I don't think he's necessarily a flight risk. I think this situation happened, you know, and us talking, you know, I want to see if I can help Mr. Butler provide some information on jobs, some services, whatever he can have to try to help him, because he's trying. It's not that he's not trying. You know, anybody living without electricity, you know, going back and forth, charging a tether every day, you know, and he wasn't violated because of the tether per se. He did miss court, Judge, which, you know, is not a good thing. But and just talking to Mr. Butler, Judge, he's not, I don't think he's a person that just doesn't care, not caring. He wants to come to court. He wants to resolve this, but he wants to get his life right. And I think that's the most important thing, him getting his life right.
Ms. Ritter?
Judge, so I do understand that Mr. Butler has a capious history in this matter. And I'm asking the court to actually continue to bond with the GPS tether. I know this case has been going on since, from my understanding, I believe 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I know that the complaining witness did appear at the pretrial conference, so they are trying to pursue this matter, Judge. I'm just asking the court keep the GPS tether on at this time so that this case can come to its lawful conclusion.
And Judge, if I can ask, has there been in prior to the tether, Judge, I know it was one to probably ensure the safety of the complainant or the public and to make sure that he comes to court. You know, he's had a problem with coming to court. I don't know if there's been a violation contact allegation in the past, but I don't think there's been. I think his issue is coming to court. Judge, and I understand Ms. Ritter's position. I do. I mean, because it's important that you got to come to court. We got to know where you are. But I don't know if the tether is necessary, and the court may feel it is, Judge, at this time until we can get something more stable. But if the people are not opposed to continuing the bond, letting him out back on tether, I guess we wouldn't object at this time, Judge.
All right.
Judge,
Yes.
I just want to make a minor correction. So it looks like this case was disposed on June 2nd of 2023, where Mr. Butler pled no contest to the allegations. So
So
there was
what
a
did he
case,
use from? The sentencing?
I believe so.
Oh,
That's worse. That's worse. That's worse. But it didn't matter. So the tether is for two reasons. So if the case, I mean, in a stalking case, and you say he didn't have any violations, he didn't have any violations of physically going in a prohibited area. But, obviously stalking can be done in many different forms. And tethers are put on cases for two reasons. Now, my general feeling about tethers on misdemeanor cases, of course, is that I don't put tethers on, I don't particularly like tethers on misdemeanor cases. This is one of the types of cases, though, that I'm in favor of tethers. And then if a person, so the tether is put on for two reasons. It's put on to try to ensure the safety of the person that is accusing the individual of a crime, but it's also put on to ensure the person is going to show up for court. It's going to show up for court, and then he didn't show up for court. I appreciate the fact that he goes down the street to charge that tether because it keeps him out of jail. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that he goes to try to find a place to charge that tether because, and you can go any place with a plug. The mall has a plug. I mean, the neighborhood, I don't know where he is, but places have a plug. So wherever he has to go to charge the tether, then that's where he has to go. But you missed court on sentencing day? Miss Silman, can you confirm for me what Mr. Butler KP is from?
That is correct. He did. KP is from the sentencing.
So on the one day that you're gonna miss court, you miss court on the day of sentencing. That's not a good look.
Judge, well, one thing I did tell Mr. Butler, I told him that, being in this situation is a blessing and a curse as well, because, you never want to be in a situation where you are charged with a crime, but to be in this court, Judge, because as I told Mr. Butler, this court, it is very serious about what it does, Judge. And it's also serious about people and about helping people and about making sure, obviously, first and foremost, justice is served. But also, just looking at him as a person and making sure that, whatever sentence now, Judge, I know a sentence, and whatever sentence the court is going to impose is going to be in a position to not just, punish, but to help him move forward as an individual, help him move forward in his life so that he's not back here again, so that he can have certain tools, so that he can go out and do what he needs to do, and be successful, Judge. And I'm glad he is here in front of this court because I'm confident that that's going to happen, Judge.
His sentencing was scheduled for July 7th. He just missed his sentencing.
Correct.
Well, it doesn't seem like I gave him new date because he had already had a capious history. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reschedule his sentencing. There is a pre-sentence investigation. I just pulled it up. So, well, let me see if he participated though. Okay, yes. Oh, no, he didn't. He didn't participate though. So that's the second thing. There's a pre-sentence investigation. He didn't participate. But that could be, they mailed him a letter. I don't see where they called him. They mailed him 2 letters and they said he never called. They did have the phone number, but there was no answer and the voicemail was not working. So that's unacceptable. Now, what I can do is contact probation right now, see if they're able to come on. Ms. Tucker was the one assigned to do the pre-sentence investigation. Ms. Silman, call Ms. Tucker and see if she's able to Zoom in to do the pre-sentence investigation now.
Okay.
While Mr. Butler is in custody. The other thing is, I mean, life get hard. I'm telling you, life gets so hard, and then, you know, it just keep on going. Even though sometimes you want to push a pause button, you just want it to stop, you know, for a minute. Like sometimes I take a nap just so that what all the stuff going on in the world is not impacting me in that moment. But the problem is when I wake up, life kept going. So whatever I was trying to escape from with that nap, life kept going. So I don't know what brings you to my courtroom, Mr. Butler, but you're either gonna lean in and let us help you make different choices, or you're gonna keep on going at this rate and gonna be in prison. The prisons that they built for you. The prisons that they keep on funneling money through, but we can't find no money to feed the homeless and stuff. Life is against you. The odds are against you. You either gonna sit around and pout about the fact that the odds are against you, or you gonna say the odds are against me, but I'm gonna be successful out here. I'm gonna do blah, blah, blah. It's too many opportunities. We never had all of these entrepreneurial opportunities that I see people having today. You can almost make money just, I mean, it's incredible to me. The way social media and stuff, you can sell stuff without ever having the merchandise in your possession. I mean, the young people are figuring some stuff out, and then you're gonna go with it or you're not. The places are closing. Places are closing down because they can't find anybody to work. The places are closing down because they cannot find anybody to work. That's a shame. That's a shame. One of my favorite restaurants shut down because they couldn't get any workers. That's horrible. And then, you know, how whatever you believe or whatever you feel about that, about the living wage and whatnot, whatever you feel about it, certain wages, when they go so high, it's hard for small businesses. It's hard for small business. So that's why people getting their own, trying to get their own businesses where they don't have to have any employees. So what I'm saying to you is you could keep on using excuses. You could use excuses. Life got hard. You go to the job interview, that you didn't get the job, and then you whatever. Do you know how many times some people successful who got turned down? You know how many successful actors and actresses got turned down and was, you know, waiting tables and washing dishes while they're trying to follow their dreams and goals? If they had said, oh, I didn't get the part, and they quit acting, we would never have some of these people, and they would not be financially stable. Do you know if I gave up when people told me no, every time somebody come against me, every time somebody try to get me to change, if you think if I gave in and went somewhere sulking, no, you have just got to keep moving, keep going, and don't miss court again. But because you missed court, I am going to keep you on tether until your sentencing. Did we get a response from Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, but she said that it wasn't her case, it's Mr. Sciotti's, so she's gonna let him know. He's gonna zoom in.
Oh, she is correct. I saw her name on here, but she is correct. That's Mr. Sciotti. Okay. So Mr. Sciotti is going to now, he's going to log in. So I'm going to
Right,
send
oh,
you
I'm
back
sorry.
to the waiting room. I want to send you back to the breakout room. I don't know if he can do the whole thing today. I don't know what their process is, but at least he's going to get some information from you so that if he can't do the interview today, he can know where to contact you. He can know how to get to you so we can do the pre-sentence report. So I am going to find that Mr. Butler violated his tether conditions by missing his court date. And I'm going to continue the bond with the tether. It will continue to be an unrestricted tether. However, he will have a curfew. The curfew will be from 11:59 p.m. to 5 a.m. So I don't think Mrs. Gianni. Okay, so let's set the sentencing date. Well, I guess it kind of depends on what Mr. Sciotti tells me, but that's all right. I'll still give him the 4 weeks. So today is the 20th. If we go to the 24th, if we go, let's go to August the 24th. I'll set the sentencing for August the 24th. Sentencing. That's going to be at 9 o'clock. August 24th. Bond will continue, as I indicated, with tether. And then I'm going to send the jail back to the breakout room and hopefully, Mr. Sciotti will log on shortly. How did it immediately send him there? Okay. All right. Did I do something else? Hold on. Let Ms. Stevenson and Mr. Peoples get back in the breakout room. I think Zoom must have did that. Oh, I must not, it must have assigned automatically. Okay, that's crazy. All right, let me see if Well, let me see who this person is there. Can you unmute and identify yourself for the court?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Lamont Ward. I am Judge Kevin Robbins' intern. I'm a L3. And he said you'd be a good person to learn from because we're down for today.
That's hilarious. Okay, Mr. Ward. All right. We're almost down for the day as well, but
Oh, okay.
that's all right. Ms. Stevenson, did you send? Oh, I think it must have did it. I think I must have forgot to say assign manually. I must not have said assign manually. Okay. Well, I'm bringing out Mr. Peoples, and then Miss Silman, can you? I don't want to hold up the jail's camera, so can you find out if Mr. Sciotti is going to be logging in?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. All right, Mr. Peoples, go ahead and turn on your camera. Oh, this is, okay. Okay. This is case number. These are case numbers 194607101. The people of the state of Michigan versus Matthew, Jeremy, or it could be Jeremiah, Peoples. Hold on. Defendant is charged with 1 count of communication services illegal use. The defendant also has case number 214540401. And in that case, the defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. In each matter is scheduled for an arraignment on a bench warrant. And both cases are still pending pre-trial. Appearances, please.
4 people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Matthew Peoples. Mr. Peoples, sir, please tell the judge your full name.
Matthew Jeremiah Peoples.
All right, thank you, Mr. Peoples. Today is the date set for arraignment on bench warrants, and with respect to the case ending in 071, Mr. Peoples, Mr. Peoples have a couple of capiases. Maybe not, maybe one. He capiased at a pretrial conference September 2022. That's what it looks like, I think. With respect to the case ending in 404, Mr. Peoples also capiased a couple of times, and he last capiased at a pretrial conference. Ms. Stevenson?
Thank you, Your Honor. With regard to the arraignment on the bench warrant, Mr. Peoples will stand mute, waives the reading of the information, asks that a plea of not guilty enter on his behalf. We're going to ask that both matters be rescheduled for pretrial conference, Your Honor.
As to the arraignment on the bench warrant, the court will enter not guilty pleas on behalf of Mr. Peoples. I will set both matters for pretrial conference. Ms. Ritter, do you have any notes of whether discovery was sent prior?
I don't, Your Honor.
All right, the court is going to set the matters for pretrial conference What date was it? September the 28th at 8:36. And that 8:36, it may or may not apply to the case in 071. I need to know a little bit more about the allegation, but we can address it on September 28th. The bond will continue. I'm assuming he posted bond for these 2 court dates.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bond will continue, but Mr. Peoples, you do have a little bit of a capious history. So I'm actually going to change the time of those hearings to 8:34. Mr. Peoples, if you fail to appear at that next court hearing, I'm sure you posted a low bond to get this court date. The next time you miss, you're gonna have to post a high bond to get a court date, because you keep missing. All right? Anything
Yes.
else? Okay.
No.
Miss Ritter, Miss Stevenson?
No, thank you, Judge.
Nothing on behalf of Mr. Peoples. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're all set, Mr. Peoples, until September 28th at 8:34. Have a great day. Stay safe.
You too.
Thank you. All right, this telephone just came in. I don't know who it could be, but we'll let him in and see. Did we get any response from Mr. Schiotti?
Yes,
Your
Your
Honor.
What did
Hello?
Mr. Schiotti say?
He said he was gonna zoom in.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Schiotti just left our courtroom in 440.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ward. Can the person on the telephone whose phone number ends in 6008 unmute and state your name? And yeah, okay. Unmute and state your name.
My name is Steven Jackson.
And Mr. Stephen Jackson, can you tell me what would make you come to court at 10:30 when your court hearing was at 8:30?
Because I didn't have a phone, I was trying to find a phone I can use.
Oh,
It was real funny about their phones.
I have a question. Did you know that 36th District Court has been at 421 Madison for at least 30 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was wondering. You can't attend court on a phone without video. I'll send you to a breakout room and you can speak with the lawyers. Please understand that the court is open for any defendant having a matter before the court. It's unacceptable that you've been trying to find a phone for 2 hours. You could have been on the bus and downtown by then. Someone is going to come in and speak with you.
Pardon me? Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Schiotti. Unmute yourself for me.
Hello, good morning to you.
How are you?
Pretty good. It's good seeing you.
Good seeing you as well. Mr. Schiotti, you attempted to do a pre-sentence investigation for me on Aaron Wesley Butler, and he was not responsive. Apparently, according to your report, you mailed a letter, which I don't think is his address, and he never responded. Mr. Butler is in custody.
Okay.
And I wanted to see if I didn't know the process, but what I at least wanted at a minimum is for you to go talk to him if you couldn't do the pre-sentence investigation for him, so that you can at least, have a way of contacting him.
It's a good idea.
He is going to be in custody probably for a couple of days because I'm continuing him on his tether since he missed his court date. and he has to wait for a tether. So he's gonna still, whatever, tell them they're gonna get the camera when I'm finished. So the jail want the camera. Don't tell them that. The jail wants the camera, so you might not be able to do the interview, but I'll send you in there with the jail, with them, okay?
But at least I can get his contact information and perhaps his address change, or perhaps he got a new phone number or any phone number, and maybe I can contact him at another time.
Yes, so I'm gonna
Okay.
send you to breakout room number 1.
Okay, thank you.
And I rescheduled his sentencing, Mr. Sciotti, to, hold on. I rescheduled his sentencing to August the 24th. Oh, I sent them before I said that. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Ward, you can
Yes, ma'am.
start your video. I'm gonna go off live. I think that's all. I don't know where your 2 clients are for MFD, Mr. Reagan, the 2 sentencing.
I don't know what happened.
Right. Neither one of the sentencing showed up today.
That's not good, Your Honor.
It's not. It's not good. All right. It's not good.